concept was to create a home that appeared that it had always been here. Firmly rooted in the architectural fabric of Coronado, and yet very much of this century in terms of its spatial flow, light, and openness to the gardens. There were great efforts made in the detailing of this home to have it be authentic to its time period. The cabinets were made with an inset door style, which is the really only cabinet construction methodology that was used 100 years ago. The moldings, the doors, the door hardware are all large scale, substantial feeling, both to emphasize the quality of the home, but also to give it a sense of permanence and gravitas that you don't often encounter in production in housing these days. Because of the prominence of the site, it was very important for the home to be both welcoming and private at the same time. Part of that was achieved by having a broad and wide porch, which serves as a buffer between the front yard, the public space, and the home and rear gardens, which are private. As you enter the front door, you have a very long sight line into the rear yard, emphasizing the relationship between the home and the gardens that surround it. The ascension to the front porch, up a couple of steps, is marked by a distinctive roofline, an eyebrow arch, which also appears elsewhere on the house in slightly different forms. Variations on a theme was part of what I did to relate the house, which is fairly large, in a way that there are similarities, and yet we're not simply repeating the same detail over and over again. On the exteriors, I mentioned there are eyebrow arches that occur elsewhere on the roof line, also as an arched element in the shingles above one of the second floor windows, and on the front door itself. On the interior, there's a lot of woodwork, box beams, crown moldings, which are similar in nature but vary from room to room in both scale and the material they're executed in, depending on which room they're in. Larger scale, in larger, more formal rooms, smaller scale, simpler proportions in the more intimate spaces. The home is timeless, both in the style that it's executed in, which is a historic style, but has a lifespan that I think will extend well into the next century in terms of its desirability. Aside from the appearance items, I think the timelessness comes from the quality of the house, the fact that it will weather well, that it will be here 100 years from now and every bit as lovely as it is today.